Hey folks, back here with another video. I don't know that anybody has seen my face yet in any of these videos. Well, now you know why. But what we're working on today is a Ferris 700 hydro zero turn lawnmower. And what we're doing is changing the oil and filters in the hydro drives. You can see one over there. And first thing you do is up underneath on this model, each hydro has its own filter. And you can see that guard right there. You got three 3/8 bolts. Take those off, and then there's a little filter. Looks just like a car engine filter, just smaller. So you get that guard off, and then you can get those filters off. And on this model, that's how you drain your hydro. It all drains right out through that filter because it's at the bottom. And before you do that, of course, get your guard off and then take your air hose, blow everything out real good, because there's a lot of buildup of grass up in there, and you want to get that all out of there before you take your filter off. That way you got a clean surface to start when you put your new filter on. So after you get them drained, and you want to warm it up a little bit, it'll drain better if they're warm, but let them drain good. And then install your new filter. They're in there sideways, so you can't fill them up, but just like a car, put a little film on the gasket, screw it back on by hand, tighten it up real good by hand, and then you can reinstall your cover. After you get that done, and you want to come up and again make sure everything's blown off real good. Come up here. It'll be a little hard to see here, but on the top of this hydro drive, you see that plug hole right there, right at just right in between the two frame things there. You can see it. You need to take that off, because when you fill it, it has to be able to breathe. It has to be able to relieve the air. Otherwise, if you try to fill it with that plug-in, none of the oil will go in. So you want to take that off, and then come up here, and on this model, there's a reservoir for each hydro. So then you can start filling it. And on this model, it calls for 20W50 motor oil, not synthetic, just conventional motor oil. But check your model, and with Ferris you can go online to their website, and it'll tell you which models some do take the synthetic, and some take the conventional motor oil. And in my manual it said about 2 quarts, which is good to kind of know, so you got an idea, when you're getting close. But you want to just pour some oil in that reservoir, and you can only do a little bit at a time, because it takes a while for that oil to drain down through the hose and into the hydro drive. And then when you get close to that 2 quart, on this one, I got down to about 1.5 quarts, and then I really started watching closely down here, which I already did the other one. So I wanted to show you this one with the plug off. But if you watch really careful, you'll be able to just start seeing that oil get up close to that plug hole. And at that point, you want to have your plug ready, which is sitting right here, because once your oil level hits that plug hole, it's going to fill up real quick and it'll start overflowing. So you just want to be ready just to save yourself a mess to clean up. And once that oil hits that top, get your plug screwed in, get it tightened up, and then it says to fill it to the cold fill line, which on this model, if you can see the other one there, it's right down at the bottom, and you only have about maybe 3/4 of an inch in the bottom of that, because the oil does expand when it gets warm. So after you get them all filled, Then what you want to do is come down here. We got the machine jacked up, wheels off the ground. And you want to release. I should have brought the light back over here so you can see a little better. I will. Oil pan right in the way. I'm not very good at this whole camera thing, but we're trying to do our best here. So hang tight. These are the releases. So if you ever had to tow your machine, you want to lift this up. Well, maybe. I've never had to tow my machine, so there. Pull it out and there's a little backer nut. See that? Get my hand out of the way. So I want to pull it out, pull it back down so it's held out in that. And of course you do both sides. I'll do that one after I get it full. And then so if you ever have to tow your machine, that's what you want to do. Hopefully you never have to tow your machine. So far I haven't had to do that. After you've done that, everything's full, got your hydros released. What you want to do, put your seat down, get on the machine, start it up at an idle, and you want to take your levers and you want to work them both forward for about a 10 count, backwards for about a 10 count, and repeat that 7 or 8 times. Shut the machine off, check your fluid level to see if you purged any air out of it, and then fill up to that line again if you need to, and then go back down and re-engage your hydros. Get back on the machine, start it up, do the exact same thing. Forward 10 count, backward 10 count, 7 to 8 times. Then recheck your fluid and listen for, you shouldn't have any excessive noise from your hydros. In which then if everything sounds good, your fluid's full, you should be good to go. Now I haven't got that far yet, so if I come across anything else, I'll do an updated video on that. And one other thing just to go over real quick is it's really important, every day, if you can, blow these decks off. You get a lot of grass that gets trapped under these covers. You want to get that out of there all the time, because what'll end up happening is you'll get a stick or something in there, and because this just happened to me, it could knock that belt off, and then you end up having to get a new belt. And on this machine, a deck belt is $105, so it's well worth the extra 2 minutes. And if you're not near an air hose, if you got a good leaf blower, that works pretty well too. But and then of course, as long as you're blowing it off, you can lift this seat up, blow out. You got your cooling fans, they get covered with grass and crap, and you can get at the deck better and blow a bunch of that crap out. And then back here around the engine, I'm always picking sticks and leaves and all kinds of crap out of there. So just that little bit of extra time will save you a headache in the long run. All right, that's it. If I come across anything else, I'll let you know. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a good day.